Hello, my name is Sally Jake, back again with another review. This week I wanted to review X-Men United number 2, written by Eve Ewing and drawn by Tiago Palma. This is the second issue of a new X-Men series, and I picked it up on a whim, purely because Laura Kinney's on the cover and appears in the issue, and she's just my favorite character, and I will always read any book with her in it. But at the moment, I am not really reading X-Men a whole lot. I have been pretty much checked out on X-Men stuff since the Fall of Krakoa. I tried reading some of the From the Ashes stuff when that first launched, the new X-Men titles, but I wasn't really a big fan of them, to be honest, and I'm not really a fan of like this current era of X-Men overall. It's just not the direction I wanted to see the X-Men go in, and so like I'm just been kind of checked out on that for the most part. But yeah, I picked this up because I wanted to read something with Laura, and yeah, uh, and the story was interesting. I will say I didn't hate it. I mean, Eve Ewing is a great writer. I thought of like all the new X-Men titles. I thought Herb's Exceptional X-Men was probably the best, and I think this is just a continuation of that. So, yeah, and I did enjoy this issue. I thought it was pretty good. And it touched on some like stuff that I was like, oh, that's interesting. I like this idea, and I like kind of curious where this plot of this issue is going to go. But it opens with like Scott and Emma kind of having a back and forth because Scott's not really happy with what Emma's doing at the moment. And like I said, I've been checked out on X-Men stuff, so I'm not really up to date on like what's going on, but I pieced together from reading this that Emma has started a new X-Men mutant school, and Scott's not super happy with that, and so they have it out a bit over that at the beginning. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really care about Scott and Emma, to be honest. I noticed reading some reviews for this issue on the comic piece that a lot of people really don't like that Scott and Emma are fighting, which I get it. There's tons of Schema fans, but I don't care. It didn't really impact how I felt about the book in any way. I don't care if Emma and Scott fight because at the end of the day, she can do better than him, and he sucks. Scott sucks. Okay. But anyway, the chunk of the story is Captain America, Steve Rogers, comes to Emma and the gang because he wants to use their new version of Cerebro, the empathy engine, I think it's called, and he wants to use it to find survivors of the 300 black soldiers that were experimented on post the creation of the super soldier serum. And particularly, Isaiah Bradley, and like that whole story, Truth, Red, White, and Black. It all comes from that. And Isaiah Bradley was in like the Captain America, the Falcon Winter Soldier TV show, and I think the last Captain America movie as well. But yeah, I kind of liked them touching on that a bit as well, because I was like, oh, that's a neat idea for a story like Captain America trying to track down the survivors. Feels weird that he would do this so long after he found out about it, but I guess like sliding time scales, how long has it really been since he finally heard about and met Isaiah? But whatever. But yeah, so they do that. There's a little back and forth about whether or not the X-Men should help Captain America. Emma wants to do it to, bolster their allyship and things like that, so that, the X-Men don't get screwed over potentially again, now that they've made themselves a bigger target, having another school and everything. Which, yeah. Okay, so they put together a little team, and Laura's on that team, to go and try to find one of their survivors. They use the empathy engine and locates a character. What was his name? Try to find it. Oh yeah, it was Maurice Canfield, who was a character from the Truth, Red, White, and Black series, one of the soldiers who fought with Isaiah. And yeah, so Captain America, Laura, and the team, they all go to Philadelphia, where Canfield used to be, supposedly before he died, and And yeah, they run into somebody who is possibly Canfield, possibly someone else, definitely probably a mutant, or some other powerful person. And yeah, the issue just kind of ends on a cliffhanger. The team gets separated and they're ready to like fight this new guy who may be a villain or whatever, not really sure. But yeah, that's how the issue ends. And I gotta say, overall, I quite liked it. It was a fun, decent issue. Like I said, I'm not super into what's going on with X-Men. I don't know if I'll really continue reading it. I might read just to the end of like this story, like when just continue reading the issues that have Laura in them. But yeah, it's not bad. I found it very funny though that people just seem to hate it because of Scott's and Emma's interaction in this, even though it doesn't really have much bearing on the actual story. Which the actual story I did find very interesting. I do always like seeing them like reference Truth, Red, White, and Black, like which they rarely do. Marvel rarely acknowledges that story, unfortunately. But yeah, it was not bad. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Okay. You know, like I said, I'm just not super big fan of where X-Men are at right now. Maybe that'll change with this series, but who knows. But yeah, yep, I think that's about it. Thank you for watching. Bye.